Suicide Squad, the movie we've all been... Oh God!
I gotta start off, hats off to my boy Will Smith. I mean, I thought this dude was gonna kill it. I was like, man, Will Smith, oh God, like you're the... I was like, man, which Will were we gonna get? We're gonna get the one when he's on the screen with his son? We're gonna get the actual Will Smith that I actually like. This time, we got the actual Will Smith. This dude was a beast in the movie. I mean, he did Deadshot perfectly, exactly the way I wanted to see him from the comic books in this movie. Spot on. Alright, another dude I gotta say something about, Jack Courtney. I saw this dude ruin so many movies, like so many, countless movies. But this dude was the comic relief we needed. Like, honestly, perfect. And last but not least, I mean, I like the whole cast of characters, but I gotta give something, I gotta give a shout out. My boy Jared Leto. I mean, for the little bit of the Joker we got, I was impressed. I mean, what'd you think?
Honestly, you can't talk about the good without talking about the characters. You can clearly see that the cast had a great time filming this movie, and you can see the dynamics in the film. Will Smith doing what he was doing as Deadshot, and you clearly saw him with Harley Quinn. They just interacted great, and of course they were the forefront of the film, and I thought that was great. You can clearly see that. Weirdly enough, I actually liked the plot. The plot was a very simplistic plot, but you know, when you think about Suicide Squad in the comics, Assault on Arkham, animated films, it doesn't have to be some late, crazy, convoluted plot. Simple to the point, something that's impossible, but they get the job done. And I feel like they really delivered with that. Also, when you talk about good things, with me personally, I thought certain parts of the editing were really good. I like key things in the movie in the beginning of the film when you see them do like one by one, introducing each character. I kind of like that. It was weird. I felt like it was a refreshing take, not only in films, but just in the DC universe in itself.
Man, they got to the point. That's all I like. They got to the point. Got it done. Take care of it. Got it.
Alright, let's hit on the bad. And one of the big baddies in the film, besides the group of baddies in the film who were suicide, was, believe it or not, even though I said it before, that the editing was kind of good in certain parts, but overall the editing was pretty shot in this film. And I know you're probably going to hear it somewhere else, but I can't help but mention how shot this editing was. This movie was kind of a whole jumbled scenes of music videos. It seemed like whenever a scene started, you would know because it's like kind of in your face. It was like boom. Now in certain instances it kind of worked, but when you do it the whole film, it just kind of dropped the ball big time with the editing. And you know what it said? It seems to be a trend for DC because when you watch the actual cut of BVS, they dropped the ball there, and you watch this, and the editing here is pretty shot. So I'm sure if they do a full version, maybe the editing will be better. Who knows? Not only that, Rick Flag surprisingly was a big takeaway for me. It's not like this guy was talking with gift in his mouth. I don't know what was going on with him. I don't know what he was thinking, but clearly you could see the par of acting between him and others was substantially lower. What about you, DC? What did you think?
I mean, honestly, like, apart from the editing, which I told DC they should have fired the editors. I mean, I said it. BBS, I said fire them. And they're like, no, we're gonna give them more money and we're gonna put them in the next movie. How dumb can you be? And like, I mean, aside from me not liking the main bad guy, who I just thought was just like terrible. I mean, terrible. But I mean, besides that, Rick Flag, man. I mean, this dude, Tom Hardy, where were you? You need to be here, man. We needed you for this. You and Will Smith on the same screen would have been perfect together. Man, it was like, this is Katana. She's got my back. She could call you, shut up. Just shut up. Honestly. This DC Films. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You guys need to get your lives together.
Get together, man.
Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters.
My overview of the movie, I mean, I walked in, it felt like it was going to be an instant classic. First 30 minutes, I liked it, I loved it. Characters were great. Then the editing, it took a dive. I mean, the editing was bad. A lot of the villain, I didn't like the villain. I mean, when it came to like Jared Leto, I mean, we didn't see enough of him. I mean, I didn't like it. I mean, I'll give it a 3, and that's just because of the first half of the movie, honestly. What do you think?
Honestly, the editing is what really shot them in the foot with this. And you know, it's sad, like I said, with DC, they have this trait of editing errors, but that came to be a really big problem. There were some scenes that really worked out because it was different. One great thing about them was the cast symmetry was so great. You could clearly see that they were having a great time filming. They had a great time with just being buddies in general. But overall, I think I'm gonna have to give the movie a 3 out of 5. It was good. I felt like it was one of the better movies of the DC universe that they've created. But they need to step their game up, and they need to do it soon.
So that was our overview of Suicide Squad. I mean, if you feel like we missed something, we didn't get to everything, we want to have an extended review of Suicide Squad, look out for it.
And of course, guys, if you like what we said, or maybe you didn't like what we said, whatever the case is, make sure you comment down in that little section below. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're thinking. And as always, do what's right and hit like. This is Fast Flex Movie Reviews, and we'll see you next time.